And boom,
we are
goes the dynamite. Good morning, crypto warriors, and welcome back to the Gym in the Crypto, episode 130. Today is Friday, March 23rd, and I'm King.
And I'm Bitcoin Zay, and we're here to bridge the gap between cryptocurrency and the community Monday through Friday at 10-ish. Right at it on 10.
We've been hitting this 10 o'clock on the dot.
Oh, yeah.
And the drop top lately. What's going on, Jamal, Jay, Kat, good morning. The Game Peeper, peace to you, brother. Good to see you.
All my Facebook people
Everybody.
Getting in there.
I haven't been on Facebook with this in a while.
Oh, yeah.
What's going on, Sergeant Crypto? Give everybody a couple of seconds. Look, everybody not used to us being here at 10 a.m. Listen, we need you all to start getting here at 9:58. We are here at 10-ish with 0 seconds now. All right, for the free Bitcoin yesterday, who won?
So for the free Bitcoin, the winner is the Hayden Vision. I actually sent you that free Bitcoin already. Thank you for your comment. Based on the ICO that I said was probably the worst, the Steven Seagal, the Bitcoin with two eyes ICO. They had an investigation. Everything is terrible. Remember, never trust anybody with a ponytail. And he actually said
and people
the worst,
who don't blink, right?
And people who don't blink,
this guy.
like Zuckerberg. But the Hayden Vision actually commented that Paris Hilton, the Lydian ICO.
I saw that comment. That was a really good comment.
That might be the worst one. I mean, even the marketing he said was her with her Gucci bag or whatever bag full of Lydian coins, which are worthless. So great comment there. Like I said, I already sent you that free Bitcoin. So join the discussion on YouTube.
Boom, there it goes. All right. Top story. Well, I won't say this is top story. Actually, let's go ahead and start off with the next thing that goes down, I guess. We can just go ahead and roll into a story because we saw a lot of people start commenting on it, of course. Yes, allegedly, this is on Cointelegraph. They didn't put allegedly, but I'm adding allegedly to it. Alleged brother of Pablo Escobar releases DietBitcoin as alternative to CIA's Bitcoin scam.
Strong words.
Right, strong words.
Strong words.
Now, first, to be all the way realistic, unless I see him on a camera, saying who he is and saying I'm offering DietBitcoin, I'm going ahead and take this as a scam right now.
Yeah,
I think it's an anonymous person in a different country. I think somebody looked it up and said looks like the address came from a Dubai place where the business was started a couple of months ago.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? So I don't believe it's the brother Pablo Escobar. But for stuffs and giggles, since we have our 4th grade class on sometimes, let's go ahead and humor it.
Hey man, DietBitcoin is as worthless as diet water.
Oh
like,
my
what
goodness.
are you even doing? Like, what does that mean? You got to slim? I don't know.
So apparently, Roberto Escobar, the brother of Pablo Escobar, saying that they know America made Bitcoin and crypto and all this other stuff, and America's tampering with it. So he made DietBitcoin.
Oh yeah.
And if you go ahead and download, if you go to their website, as you can see here, and download it. It says they have a 281-page book available as a downloaded PDF that basically tells the true story of Roberto Escobar, Pablo Escobar's DietBitcoin. They talk about Pablo Escobar's rise, I guess, and their Bitcoin, how it got here. They see here talking about CIA is going to sell all their coins. They actually have an ICO, all the good stuff. I mean, just looking at it again, unless he comes out and say, because I don't want no smoke.
None at all.
But just looking at if it were a scheme or a scam, it looks like you're about to donate a lot of crypto to buy a 281-page book.
Yeah, that's what it's looking like right now. And then on top of that, the allegations that it was created by the CIA or the government and that they control it and that they're going to dump their coins or whatever they're going to do. Like I've said before, if that is something that is true, like we said before, the decentralized nature of cryptocurrency makes it almost impossible for us to rely on only Bitcoin. So even if that is the case, there are a bunch of other coins that are available, as well as the strength behind Bitcoin as a digital ledger. Come on, man.
I'm looking at these comments.
Like if the CIA controls it or if it's ran by somebody that's illicit and they dump their coins, what can you do? But at the same time, I seriously doubt that happens. So,
in addition, he was asked about John McAfee, and he basically was. It goes deeper. First, he said Nakamoto actually reached out to him. So here you can see it. Satoshi Nakamoto reached out to him about cryptocurrencies initially. He kind of goes in detail telling him about, hey, he knows this guy John McAfee as well. So I know McAfee handprint had to be somewhere on here.
Oh yeah, I know. Right? McAfee, my boy.
But alleged Roberto Escobar came back and said, I didn't like the guy. He's a small guy. Never heard of him before. Nobody in Colombia knows his name. Again, he's talking about McAfee here. Then he goes on to get asked about Ethereum and about Vitalik Buterin, of course. He thinks Ethereum is a complete scam, nice technology, but it was created by a small child. Who cares about this child?
You might have to go see him with the hands vitality.
Wow.
He called you a small child.
You have to run him to fake.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you are built like a Pez machine. Vitalik.
Vitalik is good to go. He has the power of Russia behind him.
Yeah,
all right,
like, and if it's a scam, I mean, really, if you think any of these coins are a scam based on certain stuff like who created it and who where it comes from, then that kind of defeats the purpose of crypto. It doesn't matter where it comes from. If it's a good project, people support it. If it's not, people won't. It's simple as that.
So that's that. And if we just saw your comment, the Ethnic American Project. Yes, you must be new. We got you. We're going to cover the top stories. We got you.
We got you.
Major crypto exchange. And this is probably the biggest story of the day, of course. People are saying this is why it dipped again. It didn't find that support level at about 992%. But major crypto exchange, Binance, to open office in Malta after Japanese regulator warning. We talked about Binance yesterday as far as Japanese come down on them in the newspaper Nikkei, I think it was, that basically said, remarks about Binance that their CEO CZ didn't agree with. He came back at him. Of course, from our point of view, we thought that was really good to see a CEO out front. But now I don't know. I don't know how to feel about this. I mean, it's a good thing that countries are like, hey, if you don't want them, we'll take them again.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you're not going to get rid of countries' their ability to convince exchanges or to have their business there. Because honestly, like we said, it's business. If you want to make money, then you need to get the best exchanges either in your country or a few offices there. Right. I mean, we've even seen, forget countries, states. We've seen Wyoming about to start inviting blockchain companies. There's a reason for that, people, because if they got to pay taxes to that state or to that country based on whatever cryptocurrency they have,
packing up and leaving.
Boom. Yeah, exactly. Pack their bags and roll out. If they have to. So Japanese regulators, sent a warning that scared them off. We'll see, but business people, you gotta have blockchain companies in your country, or if you have a state, you have to allow blockchain innovation.
And it's one of those things as well too. I mean, for one, it's crazy. The Prime Minister, you can see this here. The Prime Minister of Malta, Joseph Muscat, tweeted his excitement for Binance's Malta move earlier today. So a couple things. The fact that prime ministers are on Twitter is amazing to me in this generation right now.
Talking about Binance.
And exactly. And then you have a prime minister of a country talking about Binance.
Yeah.
Talking about crypto exchange has been around two years, maybe?
Less than that.
Less than 2 years.
Yeah.
I mean, regardless of how big or small the country is, any of that stuff, you have a recognized country recognizing a crypto exchange. People, this is huge news. It's great for mainstream adoption. We're heading in the right direction. These countries are starting to show other countries that, hey, like you said yesterday, just because you don't want to do it don't mean we're not going to do it. We're not going to come to the G20 and
you can miss
all of us sign on this dotted line that says we're going to kick these people out. Again, it's about access and control of money. And, Japan, while they have been making great strides, I don't know. They're looking shaky.
Yeah, they go back and forth simply because they can't all agree in Japan. So, every government has their back and forth. One person says they don't like it, then a bunch of people say we're never going to regulate it. There's people say we need to regulate it. It's all, button heads. So.
I mean, at the end of the day, we know where this is coming from. It's coming from the G20. Yeah. It's coming from them finally sitting down in the same room.
Tap on the shoulder.
Hey, if you don't play ball, forget it. You're dead to me. Which color say off Shark Tank? Kevin O'Leary, Mr. Wonderful, you're dead to me. That's what all the G20 conference, that was all. But they want to look every central banker, every president, prime minister, or whoever else in the eye and say, if you don't go along with this, you're dead to me. And then, of course, they all went back to their country and they told the places like Google, Facebook, Snapchat, and everybody else that's banned the ICOs the same thing.
Yeah. That's why countries who are already dead to them should be fearless. You should be like, we already dead to you. Who cares?
We've been dead.
We've been dead. Forget it. We're going for it.
Dutch court finds Bitcoin legitimate transferable value. Well, first of all, I guess thank you for saying something that a lot of people know.
Come on.
But again, it's good for the Ned Flanders and the Diddley gang to see this type of stuff. A Dutch court classifies Bitcoin as a transferable value after the court ruled in favor of plaintiff who was owed 0.591 Bitcoins, according to a court document published March 20. The good thing about this is, again, it does begin to set precedents moving forward for other countries. Like you said, they always look at each other's playbook. We're going to take this, we're going to leave that.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on it?
I think, they finally, I guess, saw that Bitcoin is, something that you can use. However, I don't think they have a full understanding of its use case, completely. I think they are just excited to see that it does work, which we've known that already. And if they want to make it, recognized as a currency, this is a good step forward. I will say that, because really, the first step in crypto is hearing about it, and then once you hear about it,
Sure.
actually seeing it work, and then actually after you see it work, usually there's nobody who has problems with Bitcoin because they see the potential for it. So good there, and they call it more of like property, in the way that they describe it. So we'll see how they go about trying to regulate it or use it. So.
Right. It's funny how you're talking about the first steps in crypto. We always know when people get bit by the crypto bug, as you call it.
Yeah.
So a buddy of mine just talked to him a few days ago, first time forever, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I heard Bitcoin, crypto, all that stuff." Literally today at like 5 a.m., I get the text. Is this was this the child? We covered it. The child porn sites on the block. Is this going to affect the market? And I'm like, oh, here we go.
Here we go.
5 a.m. I just talked to you 2 days ago. Listen, if you're watching this, sign up for the digital assets group. You get all your questions answered, my man.
Oh yeah, it's crazy, man. Yeah, it's when you get bit by that bug, it usually doesn't stop.
It comes fast. Let's see what we have next up. Google. Google reveals 2 blockchain projects as it eyes data transparency.
Oh, word.
Right, exactly. So, hey, look, sitting on the beach chilling.
I heard about Facebook, and I was like,
Right. So, here's an underlying thing before we get into this story. Google, like you just said, Facebook, we'll be talking about Yahoo in Japan. All these companies, what they're trying to do is keep the wealthy right now. Crypto is the future. They're trying to spread the FUD. In exchange, they're working with governments and regulators, and they're basically saying, hey, we've worked with you for 20, 30 years now, 40 years, whatever company. Google, you've been around. You've done good business with us. You know how the game works. Stop these ICO ads.
Yeah.
We'll let you get your little fake patent across that you're about to create.
Yep.
And we'll let you own the technology wherever to this, that, or whatever. And you can continue to do business as usual without fear of competition. Yeah. Because the regulators sometimes look at it as, hey, at least we know who they are. We don't know what the new... You got Vitalik, he's 23 years old. I don't know what he believes in. He might come in. So,
new kids on the block.
New kids on the block.
New rules. They don't know what to do.
And what they must understand, though, Google, Facebook, all these, and I mean, technically those aren't really, I guess you can say those like legendary companies. They've done very well. They've been around, but companies like IBM have been around much longer time. JP Morgan and all those. But regardless, the old guard, it's time to move over. It's 2 ways to do it. You've been trying to politely say it, but it's happening.
And they better do something because I can tell you right now, as soon as there's a reliable search engine that doesn't track, which there are some already, but when it becomes popular, like DuckDuckGo or some of these other ones, I can guarantee you right now that is a big thing going forward. It's privacy and being able to, basically use your data the way you want. So, hey, same thing like we said with Facebook when they, just got caught with their data breach. All of a sudden, they're talking about blockchain to...
let me bring this stock back up.
Yeah, exactly.
Blockchain stimulus.
All of a sudden. So, come on, man. It's getting more and more transparent. But
this week, Google made known about 2 separate blockchain projects it is working on, a tamper-proof auditing system and a cloud operations platform. Now, they're trying to patent this, for one, which is basically patenting the same technology that's already open source. So, again, it's not that, fair, but whatever. They said Google's Alphabet Incorporated conglomerate is looking to utilize the technology to create a transparent audit review platform, Bloomberg reported. So, again, what does it all really mean? I will give it to Google. They kind of came out and said it here. They said, like many new technologies, we have individuals and various teams exploring potential uses of blockchain, but it's way too early for us to speculate about any possible use or plans, a spokesperson said. So, okay, I'll give them that. I mean, they reeled it in back, really quick because they know what could happen with the news and media coming out. Google's going to do 2 things on it. It's going to go
all of a sudden, skyrocket.
High and right and all that. They're saying, hey, we're looking at it. We're trying to patent it, of course, which I'm sure they probably got 100 patents out. But it all depends on if crypto's going to stay around or not. Because we don't really believe in it. We just want to know if it will be here. If it is, we want in.
And blockchain technology is usually what they throw out first. So
right.
Yeah, we'll see.
So we'll see what happens. Up from Google to Yahoo. Yahoo Japan to launch cryptocurrency exchange in 2018. What's going on with Yahoo?
Well, it looks like there is another push to buy an exchange. We've seen a bunch of people who have put money into VC accounts in order to purchase exchanges. Looks like Yahoo Japan is looking to purchase 40% stake in an already established exchange, BitArg, and it'll cost them about $19 million. And what this will basically do is it'll give them the opportunity to have a cryptocurrency exchange people can use. This has been in the news before, like reports or whispers about it. But now it looks like it's here, that they're actually going forward with it. And this is like we've stated over and over that exchanges right now are one of the most important things that you can have a stake in, because that's basically buying the shovels for the gold rush. And I mean, even in our newsletter coming out next week, one of our focuses is exchanges that you can buy from and use, and new ones. Like we just had a tutorial on KuCoin, some of these other ones. The reason is, if you have a stake or if you have any type of hand in these exchanges, you will go much further than a lot of these coins will. So these companies know that. They know that if they directly invest in crypto, they may not do as much. But if you buy the exchange or buy a stake in the exchange,
you
get paid off fees.
Yeah, you get that capital. Yeah. It's going to happen every day regardless of the price. So.
Yeah, so you see these big purchases by them. If you don't have the money to purchase like they do, one of the things you can do to kind of copy what they do is buy the token that goes along with the exchange. So you got a Binance token, you got KuCoin shares, you got different exchanges that do that, Waves platform. So yeah, that's one of the ways to do it.
Good gracious, Alex, you always wake up on the right side of bed, man. Good gracious, Bitcoin is 6K, huh?
Yeah,
we'll see.
Yeah, exactly.
U.S. Marshals auctions off another. They said U.S. Marshals Office auctions off another $18.7 million in Bitcoin. Ooh. All right, so basically, two people bought, as you heard, $18.7 million in Bitcoin. It's about 2,000 some tokens, I believe, 2,000 some Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Went to two people. One person bought, I think, 70 of them. Another person bought, I think about, was it 200, 500 of them? So what do you think about that?
Are they getting taxed on this?
That's what I want to know.
And also, the Bitcoin that they have, where's the Bcash that came along with it, or any other?
Here's the questions.
That's the questions I'm asking.
That is what I like to hear right there.
You see that headline and you just think, oh, it's
where is the Bcash?
Yeah, and where is? I mean,
where's the Bitcoin go?
They get the money for it, and what do they do? I mean, I guess I may have to read more on that process of what happens with auction money.
So where's the Bcash?
But where's this money? Where's this money going? And then on top of that, it's some of the smaller ones, Bitcoin Private, some of these other,
I want all my forks.
Yeah, all the forks. Yeah, I mean,
that's a great point.
That they give you enough to make it seem like they're okay with it, but then when you dig deeper, it's like they haven't really said anything. Like 42 bidders, 39 bids received. Okay, who got it? I mean, the last time I heard about it, Tim Draper was the one who won the auction, but the other ones I didn't really hear who won or how the money was exchanged. What did they do?
Yeah, these two people, they're actually remain anonymous, and I misspoke. It looks like the first person received 2,100 Bitcoin, the other one received the remaining 70. So,
yeah.
And it's one of those things where we keep saying, like, you're trying to tax everybody. Just keep this. Don't sell the next Bitcoin you confiscate for your whatever made-up reason. Just keep it and hold on to it for another 5 or 10 years. You won't have to tax anybody else in the crypto sphere.
Yeah.
I mean, you're just sitting on top of 2,170 Bitcoin. Stop auctioning it and trying to tax it. It is backwards thinking. Just keep it. You have the money, and you don't need to worry about the people in the industry right now. Yeah. It works.
You could probably pay off your debt,
right?
If Bitcoin hit $1 million in a couple years.
That's what you need. That's what you need to worry about.
Yeah.
Speaking of debt, that's actually the next story. Woo. What does the Dow Jones toppling mean for cryptocurrencies? This is on ccn.com.
S&P took a dump.
Woo! So many things we want to discuss when it comes to this. First of which is that we keep telling you these cracks are starting to show. It's cracking. It's about to break. We mentioned about Walmart was a crack we saw. We saw the crack now with Facebook, even though that was kind of their own doing. But we saw the crack when it first dropped. Was it about a month or so ago?
Yeah, first couple of days that it started dropping, we were like, here it goes.
And now we're seeing another crack. So again, this is why we've been so bullish on the market. It's taking a little longer than expected. No, actually about on time. Still another 12. I think people predicted another 12 to 14 months, 12 to 18 months for something that happens. But yeah, so it's one of those things where, and how this relates to cryptocurrency and trading, we're saying, hey, if the Dow Jones does topple, we believe that a lot of that money will flood into crypto because people want a secure method. Now, this article does go into detail to say, hey, that might not happen because they say sometimes, right now, since it have been a nonstop bull market for the last 10 years, people have had spending change.
Yeah.
But they're saying if that does come to a halt and it becomes a bear market in the traditional sector, that people might actually stop buying crypto and make the price go down even more. So what are your thoughts?
Yeah, well, one of the things I see is that the initial reaction or the initial push after if stocks collapse or something happens to the market is that the money that's available to buy crypto will dry up in a sense. However, if there is a correction in Bitcoin that makes the price lower, in my opinion, going forward, people will put more trust into that because you got to think, if countries can't trust the U.S. dollar, where do you think they're going to try and peg their national currencies to? Or what do you think they're going to put more of their trust into? Commodities, precious metals may be there, but I can guarantee you cryptocurrency will be the next big wave or the next big flow of money that goes in. Because, like we said, it looks like a lot of these hedge funds and countries are gearing up now for something to happen. They're stocking up Bitcoin. I mean, Bulgaria had what, like $3 billion worth or something like that we don't know about. Even who knows how much the U.S. government has just sitting there waiting to auction off more. So I think people are actually collecting.
They trading it, making money.
Yeah, exactly. And then at some point people won't want to sell because they'll realize, oh yeah, I gotta keep this, because if countries are starting to push it, then boom, there we go. You have a push for Bitcoin going forward to maybe that $100K $1 million range in the future. So,
well, even going back, here's something we just need to be honest about here. So the U.S. Marshals, let's go back to this U.S. Marshals story. U.S. Marshals auctioned off another $18.7 million Bitcoin. So this is clearly, was it about the third, fourth, fifth, sixth auction? Who knows? I mean, we've done publicly, silently, privately. Who knows, right? But the U.S. Marshals have auctioned off Bitcoin more than once. And they're doing it in large sums, right? $18.7 million. While that's not a ton of money in the crypto environment, in the industry, it is a lot of money. That means the U.S. Marshals, by direction of the federal government, has some knowledge about cryptocurrency. They know what Bitcoin is. I mean, they know what it is. They know how much it's worth, how to make it, all the intangibles. They know what's going on, which means there's someone in the government now making plays in the crypto community, whether it's for or against it, right?
Yeah.
Since we know that, I think it's safe to say a lot of this stuff that has come out has literally been FUD and market manipulation.
On purpose, yeah.
Market manipulation. Like you literally have, the IRS and the SEC trying to offer $100,000 or was it $10,000 rewards, $100,000 rewards for Telegram market manipulators when they're the ones actually really manipulating the market.
Which is crazy. I mean, hey, like I said, usually project your insecurities on other people, and it looks like that's what we got right now. So, if you're doing it, if you're the one that's actually doing the manipulation, you start saying, I'm getting away with this manipulation, so they got to be doing something. How are they making so much money without it? So, yeah, it's just more the same.
Reply, let me see if I can get this comment up here. To reply to John Siebert up here at the top, fiat printers not printing fast enough. Actually, no, they're printing very fast because last night it looks as though the House and Senate passed a bill that would give us additional funding. I think $1.7 trillion of funding into September of 2019 now. And the only way that's going to get reversed is if the president essentially vetoes it sometimes today, because I guess he wasn't agreeing with everything that's in it. But if he doesn't, we have funding now. Government funding goes until next year. So where did that money come from? Where did 1.2 trillion, wherever how much money it was, where did it come from?
Yeah, and
that's what I want to know.
They talk about a $70 million or $300 million print of Tether. We talking about $1.7 trillion. You understand how crazy this is?
We don't have the money. Like we just
crystal. How much money?
So if we do go along with this plan, what I want to know is what's the
what's it going to?
What's our debt going to go to? Does that we're at like 21, 22 now? Does that automatically put us up to like 23 by next year?
Yeah.
Like, hey, next time a car company call me, I'm like, look, the government not paying their credit off. I'm not paying my credit off. This is the game we in right now.
Like I said before, if somebody owe you money and you got, I mean, you have drones and you have a bunch of tanks and you basically like come get it. You basically just run it up. You can run up that credit as much as you want. So, that's one of those things that, honestly, going forward, like we always say, if you want to see, how Bitcoin's gonna grow, this is one of the big things.
And the crazy thing about this, people, if you've been following us, this is one of the stories we have been following since we started. Like literally for us, we've been following since like 2016 when we already, all right, this is coming up during the next election, So we've been following the story for like 2 years now, and now we're pushing it again to 2019. We are telling you, as the cracks happen with the Dow, NASDAQ, all these little cracks, Walmart, all these little cracks.
Take a hint.
This is a crack right here. This is a huge crack that we're printing more money. Wait until next year. If he doesn't veto it, and of course we don't know the president, it might be 10 p.m. tonight. He might wake up from a nap and he'd be like, you know what? They thought they made it out today. They thought bring me that paperwork. So,
somebody said he might veto because no budget for the wall.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, the wall.
Well, he's getting a fence though.
I would say it's a fence. Oh, wait, how much you need for that? They could find that in between the couch cushions at the White House.
I knew so that
fence. But yeah, I mean, honestly, that might be a reason why he vetoes it. Who cares? But we'll see. Yeah, like I said, we'll see. You got to pay attention.
Oh my goodness. U.S. Postal Service is looking at backing up data with blockchain. What's going on with the Postal Service?
Well,
don't go postal.
It looks like they're finally putting their data on the blockchain in order to keep up with tracking and keep up with shipments. And because blockchain is immutable ledgers, you can't change what's happened. You can better track different things that are sent out across the country. They've also discussed since 2016 about having their own token. Maybe having a token, a crypto token, just for mail that you can use, or stamps, or whatever they say.
That actually will be pretty good.
Which, I mean, there is a demand for that, you know, to an extent. You know, old people over 60 love stamps. So I'm sure they could sell out some stamps with crypto, get some senior citizens involved. You know, we need them in the crypto space as well.
We're always going to be on the internet. We'll always be on the internet.
But, yeah, exactly. But, yeah, I like the fact that, you know, this is a government service, so if they're about to use blockchain,
U.S. Marshals, Postal Service, come on, like said, somebody got a game
plan.
Know,
yeah, they know what they're doing as far as keeping their data straight, and basically, I think they may try to use it against people from a transparency standpoint. But hopefully, once people come down to it and realize it, government information should be public and transparent. Private information should be private. If you're a private citizen, keep it to yourself if you want. And right now it's the reverse. So hopefully this won't, you know, be basically a honeypot for everybody to jump into. Oh yeah, we love it, blockchain, and then boom, everything you do is tracked. You'll have to make sure you keep that decentralized nature. So they may have the biggest service delivering, but there's a private company that can come on the blockchain, make it decentralized, and change it up on them. So
I will say, and one of the things everybody's talking about, you know, the government made it, it can track and all this other stuff. The worst case scenario, people, if all that stuff is true, people keep creating. There are very smart people in the space. They're very smart developers, coders, all these people. There's very smart people who are just smart and don't know how to code, but they find somebody who do, and they partner up and do something. But the point is even if they found a way to track all this stuff and do all this good stuff, people will still find a way to get around it. Especially when they always talk about criminals. Yes, criminal organizations, the sophisticated ones, sometimes even having countries backing them, they do figure out how to go around and get out of things, as does everyone else in the road. So, I mean, think about it. Every time we come up with something, there's a workaround. Yeah. So I think the same thing will happen.
True.
One of the comments I want to highlight was CryptoQ, one of our in-house moderators. Shout out to CryptoQ. He says, student debt default, increase in employment, interest rate hike, subprime, and auto loans, they all create a perfect storm.
That's what we've been saying. It's coming together at the same time.
We've been tracking this thing.
We can't have another recession like we had before in this climate. Now, before we could, sort of, because, you know, it happened, they bailed them out. But people know about the bailout stuff now. People have seen the big short.
They're not going to let that happen again.
Yeah, people are into crypto. People have other options. People are more into themselves starting businesses now. So I think it'll be a whole different reaction if that happens. So you're right. All at the same time.
Jamal J, it's a couple of new projects. So Jamal J said, where can he go online to find DApp devs?
Coinality.
Coinality.
You can actually post jobs on there. Fiverr, you can.
I was going to say Fiverr.
Yeah, you look on Fiverr. There's a few other sites I can't think of off the top of my head, but if you basically look at different Coinality ads, you can see the companies that post as well. So you can look on their message boards too. So.
You know what? One thing we'll shout out too is something we did for CIAA. You know, think outside the box on this one, people. If you're trying to look for developers and stuff for blockchain and all that, go to colleges and find regular computer engineering students who are interested in it. That way, you know, you're getting a better deal as far as the rate for sure. And then as they grow and develop, if you are creating something, I mean, you know, you got one on the ground floor.
Yeah. You could be the person who had, you know, Zuckerberg or one of these people.
So. Yeah, I wouldn't just discount and only go for the high end ones, because they are high end on the financial side as well for the rates. Right. All right, I think that's about it for today for the free Bitcoin. What are we doing today?
All right, so for the free Bitcoin, if you heard, Coinbase is looking to purchase earn.com, which is formerly 21.co, where you can post questions and people pay you for it. So do you think bigger companies purchasing smaller companies, is this a good thing for the industry? Because if these smaller companies just start selling, you know, basically what they've built, then it'll be what we've had before. It'll be, you know, more centralized, more companies own the process. So do you think that's a good thing or a bad thing going forward? Put your public address and we'll send that free Bitcoin. And
yeah, Bitcoin Base, shout out to you if you can do that. She said she can share a link to Telegram that has jobs. Yeah, I'll post it on our Twitter
Yep.
I will post it soon. I'm not gonna say dates anymore or times.
Yeah.
I will try to post it soon, but
and shout out to her. She's featured in the next newsletter coming out next week.
there we go.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I've been on that the Telegram one that has jobs. It's really good. Honestly, I haven't told anybody about it intentionally because I was like, hey, gotta keep some secrets. But since she shared it, I'm gonna bring it out. It's a good place for everybody to find some crypto jobs. I'm sure that group will grow to 5,000 to 10,000 people in no time.
Oh yeah.
Bull season is definitely coming soon because we got a lot of big news that's going to bring in the Ned Flanders money with Google. Exactly.
Yeah.
Listen, slow build up. Of course, things don't always happen how you want. Of course, we want the price to be high right now and all that good stuff. But you know what? This is what it is. The value is still the same. We look at the news stories. It's clear FUD. But if you actually read in between lines, which we try to do here, you'll see that the government is buying into it. Internationally, they're buying into it. All the wealthy people, they're buying. Somebody just bought 2,700 Bitcoins.
Yeah.
That was worth about 17, 18 million or whatever.
Think they're going to lose their money?
Yeah, exactly. You think that type of person is going to go out there and lose all that money?
Yeah,
it's not happening. So we shall see, though, as we always say. Other than that, of course, you can listen to us on Spotify, Google Play Music, Apple Podcasts app. And do you have anything?
Nothing much for me. That's it.
Have a great weekend.
Have a great weekend, people.
We'll see you Monday.
Oh, yeah.
Cheers.